Right guys, today what we're going to be doing is me and Jack are going to go through a little workout. So we're going to do some arms and some abs, and we wouldn't normally like put this in sort of a program, but you guys will be able to see some of how we actually do the workout. Me and Jack are also going to be having a bit of a chit chat as well, so you can get to know Jack a little bit more. So yeah, so you'll just join us in this workout. So we're going to have a little warm up. So let's get our shoulders nice and warm. Now, the reason that when you'll notice when we do like warm-ups in the gym, it's not about getting your body temperature up. So you notice that we don't do like loads of star jumps and burpees and things like that, because that doesn't sort of prime your body, does it, Jack, for actually getting ready for the movement. So because technically we've had a lot of warm weather recently. So if it was about sort of, let's get hips nice and loose. So if it was about getting a body temperature warm, then you'd be like, you could go and sit outside in the sun, come in and then squat like really heavy straight away, couldn't you?
Could cause an injury.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's not actually, it's not about getting nice and warm. It's about all we do is get your joints nice and loose at the start. And then that's why we ask you to sort of step on the station, get your body used to it. And then especially when you've got like 5 sets or something, before you go, like the first couple are just a little bit lighter. So we're going to start off with close grip bench press. So Jack, jump on, mate. Warm up set first. Yeah, so we got a warm up set. Let's go nice, elbows to chest. So notice Jack's chest is nice and high. And power up. So we're always going to start off with like heavy compound exercises to make sure that we're our most energetic. How's that feel, mate?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Sweet. So how long have you been at THQ now, Jack?
Since start open highlighting in 2020.
Yeah.
January, yeah, so a year and 5 months now.
Yeah, sweet. Because when we did the interview, it was like, we started and it took for a while, didn't it, to get highlighting going?
We did the interview in June, I think, and then just waiting for highlighting to open.
And then we started in January.
Yeah. So yeah, year and 5 months now. Spent most of it online, but
yeah. Progressed as an online trainer before. Right, let's get some weight on. Yeah, because that was a bit hectic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the start. How have you found it? Have you found
online
or
together?
Just generally everything?
Yeah, obviously it started a bit finding your feet, weren't you? And then went online, so I found my feet online then. But
yeah,
enjoying it though.
Good.
Meet those new people as well, which is good.
Yeah. Good luck. Right, so obviously we don't always do this, but I know you do this in your small groups, don't you?
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So talk me through it just so everyone can sort of see.
Yes,
what's
it's not like
thing.
sort of like normal chest press, but obviously keeping your arms a lot more closer in together, so it just targets your triceps more. You still will, your chest will assist you. So obviously it's the same sort of movement, but it's mainly tricep based. Keeping your elbows nice and close in, chest nice and high, just nice and slow on the way down, powering back up to the top.
So do you think this is what mainly, if people progress like with your groups doing this exercise, do you think this is what's going to build their arms the most?
That or
It's
dips,
heavy.
like a big compound exercise. It can be dips, pull-ups for like your biceps. But for your triceps, it's a big compound one, same as dips as well.
Yeah. Good. Sit. Good man. So I'm going to push the bench back because your reach is so much more than mine. So that's something that you could probably, do you like, obviously a lot of members, people with longer limbs than yourself like struggle to certain
struggle with
exercises,
struggle with squats, and so you've got a long way to go down, haven't you?
Yeah.
Longer arms.
So do you sort of bring that into your training when you're training people as well?
Yeah, because a lot of people have it well further in, but then you don't want to go too far in, so as you're up, you're hitting that, and that just sends you off balance then.
Do you find a lot of members who are like taller as well, when they're struggling with exercise, do you find it easier to help people?
Yeah, that's what I struggle with anyway since I started,
Yeah.
Mainly squats out of anything really.
What's been like the biggest thing that you've learned like with obviously with your seat, because you're like sort of, you got obviously absolutely shredded in your results you got for the shoot, weren't you? But obviously what exercise do you struggle with the most, like having longer limbs? Because I'm shorter, I'm sort of built more for weight training, but
say squats, because obviously got further to go down.
Yeah.
And obviously got more load and a longer torso, so it comes on my back quite a bit. But I've learned just to deal with that wider stance a bit more than probably normal people do.
Yeah.
I don't really struggle with a lot. It's just setting yourself up first for different things. Like for that, like say bench a bit further back, it's hard to get off.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes either some people have it a lot shorter down, I have to have everything higher up, especially the squats right at the top and everyone else has it, say the one down, I've got to have it at the top or starting half squat already.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, and that definitely will help. I bet that's easy. That's a good way to sort of help members as well, because they'll struggle. Yeah, I need this because I'm like short. Really short limbs. Yeah. So that is a good point though. So like what people need to understand as well is like this, when we plan exercises in, and obviously this is like it's not always going to be ideal for everybody, every single exercise, is it? So for example, it does make a difference. Like people don't realise that just because we've put the exercise in, that means they've got to do the exercise.
It might not suit them, yeah.
Yeah, and if we sort of say
got to
them,
adapt for a lot of people, don't you? Though?
Yeah, definitely. I think you should put one bit more.
I'll probably stick at that, yeah.
Yeah, stick at that, yeah. Because you've got to push it further. So like you see, when I was doing it then, like I didn't hardly have to push it at all, like very far. Whereas Jack's got a lot further to go, so I can go heavier, whereas Jack can't go as heavy because he can do over a period of time. Like he's built obviously an incredible amount of muscle over a period of time, but you just got to recognise certain exercises, haven't you? What you can and what's going to be more your strength and what's not.
It's different things, yeah. I'm stronger at than others.
Yeah. That's it. So what's like the biggest impression that you want to leave on someone? So say like I was a member and I were going home telling my partner like about you and your session, what would you want people to say about you? What's the biggest impression?
Yeah, first to feel comfortable coming to my sessions, feel like they want to come back, so they don't come once and then don't come back again. And that like every time they come in, you push them, correct the form, don't let them do something wrong to hurt themselves or anything. So you're always, I want them to go away and tell, you say their partner that they had a good session, you pushed me on this and this. I felt like I could come out of the workout and you just come in and just do nothing and I didn't give them any attention.
So and that's that. I think that's so important, especially as like trainers, because people see trainers or like say fitness people who take classes and stuff like that. They're sitting there doing it, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stuff out there that people just sit there, take a class, don't they? But to be engaged to somebody and make sure that you give somebody your all, it's quite draining, isn't it? It's quite hard.
Yeah, and everyone, not just solely one person either. So then you don't want one person to come in and then you're all on one person, leaving them out because they probably won't come back to your session again. Trying to avoid you.
We do like 6 sessions back to back, don't we? So like on an evening shift. So if you give that some, because you got to think like every person, like just taking one session with you or with me or anything, that's like a hell of a lot of their experience of THQ, just one session, even if it's one session.
It's 3 weeks, so if with you 3 days of the week, every session you got,
So or one session is a hell of a lot, high percentage of their time with you and experience. So it's quite I think it's a lot of pressure, and it's like if you take it seriously, which we do and which you do.
100%. Obviously the first session is most important as well. So they want to come back, obviously you can easily, if you don't do a good first impression, like I'm not going to him again, I want to go somewhere else. So.
And make sure people obviously not push themselves too much as well. There's quite
at the
so
start,
much going into it as well, isn't there? I think, definitely. Right, we'll go heavy now. We'll go for like 8. So what's that like? Obviously we talked about you being a little bit taller, so you're having to adapt to movements and stuff like that. So how do you adapt your food? Like, what's your metabolism like?
High, to be fair. I need to eat a lot to
actually
gain any muscle. But then on the flip side of that, was when I first started, I lost a bit of weight. My mindset's to eating less. So to eat more, it's like, well, I'm going to put loads and loads of weight on, but I don't. So I've got to eat a lot to. Let's get your protein in. I struggle getting protein in anyway. Just
how many calories do you eat?
Like 270. I only put sometimes I don't put a pound on. So just got to probably eat more. But it's obviously sometimes more, sometimes less. Over the week, I'll probably be that altogether.
What do you do? So do you have higher calories at weekend?
Higher calories at weekend. Yeah, not mega amounts of different food. I'll go out probably for a meal and stuff like everyone, but not stupidly high calories and in the week. So get up later at the weekends, don't work at the weekends anymore, so it's not like I have less time to eat.
We'll do some triceps, so we'll go for higher reps, go for 12 sets. 12 reps. Do you track veg as well?
Not really, no.
So you're at 2,700 calories a whole food. You're probably like 3,000.
3,000 in veg, yeah.
Which is a lot. Which is a lot of food. How many days do you train?
Probably four. Sometimes 5. All just depends on the week, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I don't train a Monday for that, and I'll end up doing like 4. But if I train Monday, I'll probably do 5 then.
Yeah.
Try and always get 4 in, definitely.
That's it. How do you find arm training with having longer limbs?
Harder, I think it's hard to put muscle in it, I think.
Yeah.
Loads harder.
Yeah, definitely. You've had to overcome a lot of barriers, haven't you? Like with like.
I lost all my weight dead quite quick.
Yeah.
And just can't put anything back on.
Yeah, even though like you eat.
Even though that's a good thing, a lot of people say that's a good thing, but it's also not.
But it's just hard to. I think if you struggle to eat, like I'm a naturally big eater, so I always have to fill myself up to eat less. But if would you say like? Because I know like Ryan's not like a.
I'm not a big eater.
Big eater, yeah.
I could eat a lot if I wanted, but it just wouldn't be good food. But
yeah, but you just don't. You're not
don't
know. Big eater, like you don't eat for.
No, I just eat 3 meals and just a snack bar. That's it.
Yeah.
So to eat loads, you're just shoving it in then.
Yeah, it's like hard to do.
I think it's just as hard as not eating enough.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's personal, because like body shapes, there was initially actually personality traits, and I think that's very true. I've said that to me and Ryan before.
Yeah.
I don't eat necessarily for taste. I eat how I feel and things like that. So, like, I just have to whereas Ryan, like, he could probably go all day without eating. Like he said, he doesn't really bother about it really. But I suppose like
I don't eat a lot when I do an early. I'll probably if I do eat, I won't eat till I finish probably, or I'd eat a protein bar in between. Yeah. That's all I have. Probably you'd have like loads.
Yeah. That's why I don't. Like, Will been telling you stories about my protein bar addict.
Oh yeah.
I literally had 12 bars in like one weekend. I was like, right, no, I need to
stop them. No.
So I'd literally just have like one, probably have one or two eat for weeks. Literally just because they're nice, and I think they're relatively good. I eat far too many.
Yeah, you think they're good, so it's like one after the other.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm terrible. So obviously, you spoke like PT is a hard role when you take your job seriously. You don't treat it like a fitness instructor.
Yeah.
I think it is a hard role, but it's obviously very rewarding. What's the best thing for you, like being a THQ PT or a PT or in general? Like, what do you get most out of it?
Plus, I obviously got quite a lot of goals and completed my goals myself. So I was just seeing people when they complete a goal, complete a shoot, for example, anything, how good they feel makes you feel good. And obviously thanking you for helping them and stuff, it just makes you feel good that you're helping someone. And just seeing people grow as well, not really losing weight, so people for so much come in unconfident, and like 6 months later they're so much more confident in themselves.
Yeah. So that's exactly, because when I've been a PT now like 9 years, 10. That was 22, like 30. Yeah, 10 years, like 32. But like that was when I first started being a PT. The biggest buzz was when actually seeing somebody like walking a little bit like unconfident, and then
coming down
2-3 months later,
and then by then they're like fully having.
And then they're walking out in 3 months' time with a protein shake, and they're like room with a vest on. Do you know what I mean? Just feeling.
I think just all them like sort of changing habits as well, and they're like, oh, I don't do that anymore. So they come in and go, I have this many takeaways, and now they're literally like, don't have any takeaways, don't miss them. Just them achieving little goals makes you feel good as well.
Yeah, makes you feel
there
like
for them.
Makes you feel like you've got a mission and a purpose, and like an impact on people's lives. And it helps in your own life as well, doesn't it? And stay motivated.
Yeah, and keeps yourself motivated as well, I guess.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just go back to like I was before, even though I weren't fat anyway before.
But just the mindset.
Helping others as well. It's always on my mind all the time anyway, to tell them.
Yeah. So see, guys, a lot of these exercises are completely different than me and Jack are doing them. So like when your trainer picks up on something in a session, it's very and they change it, don't ever feel that I'm not going to get as good results because that's not what it says on the board. Like, we're experienced people, so that's what Jack's mentioned before. He looks at people that are taller, do have longer limbs, and relates it to himself and knows the struggles that he's had to adapt with in training and things like that. So I think just don't think that it's not on the board, that means I'm not going to get good results. Like, that's what we're here for. We're training you to be get the best results possible, really. So we're doing mechanical drop set. So I'll do one set.
I'll lower them then.
Yeah. So the lower the bench, I'll say for the purpose of the video, the lower the movement, lower the bench, the harder the movement, because we're gonna have to come further back. So it makes our biceps into a more isolated position, so it's a lot weaker in that movement. So we're gonna do that. And then once we've done a certain amount of reps, we'll bring the bench up, and then we'll have a bit more momentum, and bring the bench up again. And rather than changing the weight, we change the positioning of our body, and that makes the exercise a little bit easier to keep pushing forward and keep doing. So
Still feels harder though.
yes. Do you put this in your small groups as well?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, 6, 6, 6.
It's good to learn different things. To teach people different things in the small groups.
Yeah, obviously it's supposed to be easy at the top, isn't it? But then it feels harder if you've done the other 2 sets.
Yeah. Do you feel like in your small groups, do you feel like you have more time to teach people different ways as well about training?
Yeah, and just different ones you don't tend to have in the sessions either.
Yeah.
So I do quite a lot. Still do quite a lot of the same exercises because you've got there's only so many in the book.
Yeah.
Just ones I wouldn't normally do in the sessions that you've ever really put them in, do them in there, and you have a variety and learn stuff to take downstairs with them as well.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's good.
Just different training methods that you don't do as well.
Yeah, because that's what THQ is about, really. It's not a circuit training. There's so much more value that people like, because it's just like, because people sometimes say like, when the 6 weeks does anything change? Like the 6 weeks you've built habits, like now obviously, and you've just got moving. Really, there is so much more to get out the sessions when you really
just kickstart it and then getting into.
Yeah, and then especially when
training 3 times a week.
People take on the shoot, like obviously then the idea, then everything, training goes to a whole new level then, because you've got a different laser of focus, haven't you? So
yeah, the food I think's a big part in the shooting as well.
Huge, gives you time to, you obviously gives you actual something to concentrate on, your calories, bringing them down, you focus on your training, and it just shows you, I think the shoot demonstrates what weight training and controlling your diet does for.
Yeah, and it changed massively as well.
Yeah, 100%. Right, can you go on that side and flick me up? Right, we'll go for 10, 8 to 10. Oh, good. Well done. Oh, good lad. Well done.
Drop these down a bit.
What's the biggest struggle do you think about being a PT? Not like, again, I think people think that fitness people like classes and that, like they see that as easy. But like to be a PT to truly, that's the hardest thing, like to say switch down the sessions.
Oh yeah, I think,
in general. Because
I weren't an early person anyway. My last job was like 9 o'clock. Start getting up at 9. I've been at work for 9.
Yeah.
And now I'm up obviously like 3-4 hours early, and you've got to be switched on. You can't just like roll into and just not speak to anyone. You're like front, everyone's looking at you, so just keeping switched on, especially on the night sessions again, because you've been doing stuff all day. Knackered. And then keeping everyone talking and like everyone like focused, and you got to keep yourself focused. It's not at the start you're alright, but it's by like the last couple of sessions. Probably the hardest thing for me, to getting up in the morning.
Stay focused, That is exactly what it is. Like, there's so, like, you should, and this is what I always want, the reputation of THQ, like, no matter how tired we are, how hungry we are, how many sessions we've done beforehand, it's like remembering that anyone's experience is like their entire, like a lot of their experiences just in 1 or 2 sessions from yourself, and it's they were amazing.
Yeah, if someone's the last session and you're knackered,
that's their whole
experience. First one. Oh, you didn't care about me, did you? It just puts the
and it's and I think that separates us from anyone else.
It
separates, because like anyone can do something, but when you do it when you're tired or you're hungry, or like if in a more weakened position, anyone can do something when they're feeling great, but to continue a good service when you're not, that's what
when you're tired,
as PTs. No, it's good.
I think it's different THQ because you know everyone by name after you met them a couple of times, but you're not just coming in, hey up, get on with it sort of thing. You actually know them more, don't you? It's a good thing, really.
Yeah, definitely. Hardest thing about training whilst filming is not swearing. So what do you find like the hardest thing that members struggle with, do you think? Like what do you think, what's a common occurrence that happens all the time? do people think?
What, in training and which exercises you find difficult?
In general, because I think that's a skill as well as a PT. Because,
Yeah.
like, for example, I've been training how many years now? Year
Year and a half, yeah.
Year and a half,
Yeah.
So, like a year and a half worth of training. It's easy to get into a habit of, like, obviously 6 months telling someone the same bit of advice. Remembering that every new member, you have to take your mind back to that start position and remember that they don't know what you know. So it's like, you do have to repeat yourself quite a lot of times.
Quite a lot of times, yeah, but I think you've got to, as soon as they get into that habit of doing, say, a squat wrong, that's it. It's going to take you 10 times longer to get them out of that habit if you just don't do it on the first time. Like if you actually focus for the first time and get them right, it's obviously every single exercise, and some will get wrong a couple of times, and they, like for example, RDLs are hard to get, they are. Once you've got them, you've got them. I think the food's more with some people though, is just giving up on the food, getting like, I don't know, like if your mood's down then you go straight to food. So obviously 3 sessions, I think it's easier just to get the training in than it is food. The food's probably more harder part for me in general as well as most new people, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And it goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, It's good. Oh, God.
It's get heavier and heavier.
Yeah. So you notice, guys, when we're doing these as well, like we did single sets on big, heavy compound exercises, and then biceps and smaller exercises respond better to like more repetition. So that's when we chuck in, like in what Jack does in his programs, chucks in exercise like this. So to keep the biceps under tension for longer. There will be no point in doing this on chest press because you can get, like, it's a big compound exercise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can get a lot heavier force, but for
Can't do any reps, can you, on it?
no. Let's go down a bit, doesn't it? Sorry. How do you overcome, like basic struggles of people? So obviously, like I said, taking yourself back to that start all the time, every month when we have new starters. Like, how do you overcome people's problems like that, like with the food and the diet? What's like?
The food, in moderation, I say not always to go straight into cutting everything out, because I'll just probably bounce back and go straight back to what. Just obviously, a lot of people obviously at the moment, everything's opening up, pubs are. Just do it in moderation. You don't go straight out and binge every night and just ruin what you've already come. That's for more people that have been there longer. For people that are just starting, just keep, every time they come in, ask them how the food's been, so they know you're always asking them.
Yeah.
And eventually they'll probably lie a couple of times, then eventually they tell you the truth, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. Just get,
When you get to know the members, that's when they tell you to be more honest with you.
Yeah,
Not really runs the first time, are they?
Yeah. I think with a PT, like, people don't care what you know until they know you care.
Yeah.
And then once you care, generally care, and people want to change for you.
You ought to do it for yourself to help them, but you also mainly do it for them to help them, and then they realise that once they start seeing results as well, that's when they proper knuckle down, don't they, as well?
Yeah, definitely. Doesn't it? So what's the most exciting thoughts for your future? Like becoming head coach and sort of everything?
Yeah, get my own gym.
Your own?
Yeah, and being, obviously, really enjoy the moment, but obviously something to look forward
to. Have your own THQ is like sort of really progressing, can't it?
Yeah, and then you're like not in charge, but like it's your gym.
Yeah.
And you have people with you and
meet
like new people again.
That's like obviously me and Ryan, just obviously the group, and we'll do the marketing, the training and things, and like the general running, but like the whole business in general. But your own gym, that's your baby, that's your gym. You are the main person there. So
and get everyone in and.
Yeah, so you get that sort of, just obviously you increase in income is obviously that's expected for your career progression, but it's more like it's a personal sort of progression as well, and it's obviously you're the
progression
main person.
starter, it's good because you got a place to go there. You're progressing, you're not stuck in one job, that's all you do, and you've got something to look forward to and go far. Yeah,
definitely. It is, because it is your own life. It is your own baby, and it's your own. Your own. So you get like it's like that personal development side of it as well, isn't it? Like if you actually feel valued because it's your gym, you're the main person.
Yeah, you put all the effort in, you know, you're going to get results out of it then.
Yeah, that's the main, that's most important. That was like what me and Ryan was all, when we set out, was like, right, we don't just want people to open up a gym and then work for us, because then there's no, you might have more money, but you'll have no more importance or no more value.
Yeah.
We want you to own it, run it.
You got to have more, obviously, you got to do more, so you got to have more responsibilities, which that gives you more money, but then you're getting more out of it, so you have more people as well.
You feel more valuable.
I knew a different place where you're obviously getting further away from where they first started, like obviously Buxton Whaley, you're getting further away, aren't you? More people will know, but I bet people, even wherever you open, it's going to know about it anyway.
Yeah.
Because obviously it travels far, doesn't it, already?
Yeah, definitely. While Jack's finishing off there, we'll close the video down here when we'll have a bit of a warm down. So just as we leave you, Jack obviously does his main sessions in High Lane. That's where he does his main small group programs. So they are really, you know, the small group programs really take your results to the next level. They are something that I think everybody at some point should be able to take themselves through, so whether they get experience, get the results, they get the knowledge to be down the strength room, they can pick the trainer's brains at like a more of an in-depth level, like me and Jack when we spoke about before, like completely different body shapes, completely different body types, and when you have that little extra time with your trainer, it really accelerates them results. So majority of Jack programs are High Lane, aren't they? You do one in Buxton, don't you?
Yeah.
At the time of recording this video. So yeah, when he puts this stuff out there, make sure you inquire about it, ask more questions. We'll be happy to help, won't we? Any sort of thing. Cool. So enjoy this video, guys. See you in the next one.